Okay, test. Check. I just sent out that we're live. Just a little live early because I also wanted to alert for the PM in Discord because a lot of people are asking it. So that's what I'm gonna try to do for those, especially for those who can't make it. So I think, let me see the alerts going through. This is what I showed so far that I'm gonna just talk about on stream. The hourly, this is what I see, hourly for value up in both. We're still holding under. That means this is bearish still on the hourly time frame. Vice versa, we're also same thing in the 15-minute. We haven't flipped this 15-minute yet. The only way I would be bullish and stop looking for shorts aggressively is if we flip this hourly or flip a fresh 15-minute for value up, or a 15-minute that has been already respecting. So in this case, this one, if there's a new one that comes out, we'll also watch that. If we flip this, we'll confirm the breaker. We'll also flip the 15-minute. This is going to be pretty bullish from here. So that's what I'm trying to reference on Discord. Let's wait for everyone to tune in. This is only if this plays out. I'm not really bullish, to be honest. But basically, we're just bearish on most of the time frame. Both time frames, as long as we get set up for the low time frame, we should be looking for shorts. We got low resistant liquidity being built up, so yeah. What low resistant liquidity basically means is we have lower lows, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, just build up every time. For a healthy drive higher, let's say if that's the plan, we would likely want to flip down first and then try to build our way back up, and that'll be pretty healthy there. So I think today is a little bit difficult because you see Asia. If you traded Asia last night, I got a good trade off of it. I missed the short, then we caught the long afterwards. It was up like 26 points off of like very light size. It was so volatile this week. And then, you know, it finally broke. London just kept on selling off. New York opens up, and sells harder. And now we're trying to come back up. We just took a New York high there. New York session high, which is that 935 high. I think we play the downside, though. Downside makes a lot of sense to me, as long as the hourly is still respecting. So what I kind of want to see would be like this 5-minute change day delivery, not the series here. As long as we get a strong closure down here, that might already be activating a look for lower. So I'm just put this right there, just because this candle here was the last up close candle, and it's the one that took out this high. So a closure underneath would be a change day delivery, which you could use for this last candle or the whole series of it. In this case, this makes more sense to use the last one. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for more people to come on, and then we can talk about trade, any drama happening, anything like that. Let's see, so I don't have to repeat multiple things. We're gonna try to talk about any questions or any like thing on socials more if we're waiting for a trade. But if we're locked in, I want to stay locked. This is what I'm looking at right now. So a flip here would signify lower for me, and I will likely play for a take on the sell side here. Or you can use minis or micros. I honestly kind of want to play on ES today, if I'm being honest. ES is so bearish today. Holy crap. We didn't take any liquidity here, but it'll be the same case here. I'm looking at the last 5-minute close, which is open, close higher, wick, and then close higher. And this would be that flip here. So we're already bearish on the hourly. If we fill this, I think we just play the first retrace back in. This could already be an actionable play. It's such a big stop. Like, look how ridiculous the stop is. So it's going to be like very light sizing, to be honest. If we get a close, let's say down here, retap, we should slam these lows. First internal low here. I'm gonna probably look for the 1 minute confirmation though, like we always do, because today is volatile. We don't want to just jump in on trend. Yeah, if you're in the Discord, I'm trying to really post alerts now. Just for you to, if you miss it or you can't tune in this stream, I'm looking for this closure first. We didn't get this closure yet. So this is actually bullish if we close higher and we have 1 minute. This is not in play. The alerts would only work if you know how we trade though. If you're trying to just like, oh, I see you see this risk reward tool, let's short in. You don't know what the gist is, and this is actually could flip higher because of the way that we're closing. So I have two scenarios right now. I don't really like the upside scenario yet. The downside scenario makes more sense if this is bullish. If not, we just sell lower, which would be like this for the hourly. Okay, we have 5 seconds here. See how far we can close under 51s and close above. This is still not a change to delivery yet. I'll move this over so it doesn't confuse anyone. Yeah, something bullish would be taking these internal lows. We take the low resistance liquidity run, and then flip high, close higher, confirming this 15-minute breaker here. This is what I'm looking at. So what a definitive swing point is: we have a swing low, we have a swing high, we have a lower sweep, and then we're trying to build back up. That's how I'm trying to distinguish a very rangy type of breaker though. But it'll still work as long as liquidity is taken, which we did here. If you look at NQ 2109, the next low is like literally much farther. So I feel like low day could potentially be in, and we're just gonna be chopping for the rest of the day for NQ. Let me check ES here. ES already took the lows, and we're trying to climb back up. And really, the next low on ES, look at this. The next real liquidity, 50 points lower. Yeah, so I kind of do like upside, but we're still bearish, so like it's conflicted. I think the bias is everything though. I'm not in this short. For this to be a short play would be a closure under first, and then we'll look for it. I'm gonna probably take this away too before people get confused. Because some people just tune in, they're like, oh, is that play? Not a good bearish breaker off this high because this is the one that took the New York high, not this one. So we could play off this one perhaps. I mean, that's not a bad play here. Also just recognizing it. Next 5 minute close is the 1 p.m. closure too. Yeah, I think we play micros on NQ, play minis on ES, because ES I could probably do 4-point stop is fine, but for NQ I don't think I could do 10. I don't think I could do 15 unless it's like a very tight breaker, which sometimes does that. It is the volatility today is insane. Or not even today, just all week. It's incredible. It's like a double-edged sword because people are really losing a lot more than they were winning, I feel like. are you here daily? If you look at the daily streams, we've been here for like the last 9 months. So we're about to get a good flip here. I actually like this much more now. We could probably take a short, but yeah, look at that. Short at this high would be just still pretty hot. I mean, also ES is still in play if we want to take on ES instead. Gonna look at the one here. I mean, yeah, this is what like a breaker would be, what it looks like here. And I think we look for shorts here. Do we get any confirmation whatsoever? You're gonna take on ES because ES more bearish. So what I want to do is basically try to get a entry back in the breaker and put our stop either above the breaker, which I don't think would hit, or above the 15-minute. So 5-minute closure coming up here. Gonna watch for NQ2. Ideally, NQ does get a closure here. Retap back into that last up close candle. It could go higher, it could go lower, but let's just say it goes up to the very tip of it. Look for shorts, put our stop above the previous high candle, and that should be the play here, with alignment on the hourly. This is just a play based off pure bias. I mean, we could also put a short somewhere here, stop at the previous high with micros, and just let it play out. All right, so 1 p.m. also close. Yeah, this is a wick higher, close lower type of thing. This is a pretty bearish signature here. So we have two actual type of trade that we could do here. One on ES, one on NQ. I'm trying to go for it on ES instead here, because if you see, ES is much more significantly weaker. And let's say we take it inside this breaker somewhere. This would be decent here if you do smaller enough size, like we talked about, and go for the next low. This is such a big internal range. And this is what I talked about for NQ. If you guys want to take this instead, I think this is what I shared. So I'm gonna play for the short here. Play now. I'm gonna take a screenshot. I need to chat. Need to remind me to keep on updating the Discord. Is the mic volume low? Let me check real quick. Test. I could turn it up a little bit. Try now. How about now? Is that better? This is basically a play purely on bias with looking at confirmation to align it. And I think we play for lower. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get some water and a cough drop, just in case I cough. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, we came back up to entry here. This is a pretty tight stop here. So if this is still in play, I'll try to re-enter. But doing only micros off this. Might get stopped here already. It was looking like it was going to press lower, but about like a 3R type of trade if this did play out. 33. Oh, what the heck? NQ took the lows here? That might be a signified for a break-even play here. If it took the internal low. Did that happen when I went to get water and my cough drop? I just had my hard stop on, so no matter what, it would have been fine. But let me take a look here. Still, it still looks decent here. This 5-minute piece of wicks higher, close lower type of thing. I think you guys might be able to get a decent entry off this. Oh, it's pushing higher. It just took me out. 5 points off of some micros off of it. Too tight, maybe. I'll have to look for re-entry here. If it's still in play. As long as the 5-minute closes down, I'll try for a re-entry. I think I should have left because if we took this low out, it should just be a clear break even. This is like SMT here, and we don't want to see that. That was a little sloppy. Anyways, we're trying to trade very light today, and there's a pretty tight stop type of trade. Yeah, like, when did this happen? 101? Was I here? I think this still plays out. The next 5-minute closure coming up. I don't know about you guys, but that might be too tight. I mean, I could have put it at next eternal high instead, because we're going for like a 3-hour type of trade, so you gotta be very comfortable with being stopped and look for re-entry. Because it doesn't look like a seek and short day. I think today feels like a day where you let things play, as long as you have the right bias. This on NQ almost got hit too. Let's just see. It was a bias with short. It's because we're also still bearish in the hourly. This could be wrong. We flipped the 15-minute here. We haven't got a strong closure over yet. So that's why I'm looking for lower here. Anyways, we're still very early in the stream. Let's keep on hunting. But short stays definitely still looks in play until I see a strong closure above the change date delivery. So if you guys want to retap in or play on an NQ with a tighter stop or bigger stop, that might be the move here. I just So the only way I would be bullish right now would be a closure over here, and then we could play higher. That would validate this breaker. We haven't done that yet, so that's why I'm not looking for longs yet. I should have paid attention to this 1 minute though. That was the kind of the reference there. Now, like look how tight that stop was and protect us. All right, we need to really lock in here. Because ironically, this trade here, this first tap in, was already up like 8 points. When I left, I was gonna let it TP out down here, and this trade was like a 4-point stop. So we basically went 2R on this, but I wanted to capture the full move. That was kind of bad of me there. But let's keep on going. I think even NQ on that breaker move here went like 40 points. That's just how big that range is today. So potentially a 15-minute breaker here. Really pushing out here. ES is taking this high out. How far can we go here? We can't flip this hourly, so we're gonna have to rely on the 15-minute here. Still going. At the next 5 minutes, this would if we close above, this would validate this 15-minute breaker, and I might be looking at longs on the retrace back inside as long as we get a 1-minute confirmation. Good pump, big pump. It is so strong right now. And we might even flip this 15-minute, actually. That just makes it more powerful for any retrace to be a long after this. If we can even hold for even the next few minutes here. So I'll mark the next sell side or buy side here. He is still holding very well. I'll take breathe this here. Okay, look at this gap up candle. I just hope we get an entry for next play here. Lanto said I want 493 high. Is that London high? No, it's 6 a.m. That's what we're heading to right now. Massive gap up here. Yeah, this 50-man looks pretty good for more now. $50-man close in 2 minutes. Let's be mindful of this here. We're probably looking for an entry back in low 400s. We might spike this high. I don't really want this high to get taken if I'm looking for long still. But I'll be honest there. Oh, it's just took it, I think. Yeah, we just took it there. Take a look here. Hit New York open. Hey, I gotta really lock into this price action because I don't want to get this wrong. So 15 minutes about a flip. This is pretty much bullish here. We took the New York open as well as the like overnight high of this run, and we're gonna get closure in 40 seconds. This is where I'll be looking for upside, more upside, and we might even try to take the London and Asia highs here next. We didn't take New York high yet, so that's next up as well. How big is this move, by the way? Let me just take a look here. From all the way here to, let's say, this candle, because it's kind of a impulse candle, 140 points. If I flip it over to ES, this is the volatility around 30 points on ES, 140, 150 on NQ. That just cracked out price action right there. So 15-minute close. This actually validates this breaker. I want to see this try to retrace back down. I don't know how far we can retrace though. So we could try to retrace all the way down here and try to go for higher, or just it's gonna be a very simple, like tight retrace type of thing. Not really sure what it's trying to do yet. I hope it gives a better retrace than this. Try to come back down. Yeah, I'm not trying to look at chat right now until we let the trade play out first. But this is pretty bullish to me. Minus that we did take the buy side, so that if that was open, shit, we could have looked for aggressive longs right now. It's just so unnatural for me to really play off of this big move here. Now what do I do here? All right, maybe I'm gonna just hold off and just let things play out. We'll look for. We're gonna look for more structure here. Okay, let me look at chat. 493, is that what? Yeah, Lanso just got that on the dime right there. He said he wants 493, and then the market said, here you go. Here's 493. Aren't you worried about the S&T? That's the thing. I'm gonna look for confirmation here. Because it's such a big drop, that like a big pump up. We don't really have a next draw other than like Asia, London highs. And that's just like another 100+ points. So that target for 493 was the right there. BW got into Brian's head. I haven't thought about that, but let me see. Yeah, I mean, I'm just worried about my own trading right now. I'm not really worried about any beef. But it did wake me up. So what happened was it woke me up in the morning. I just had like notifications. Like even Brett Sim was texting me like, he's like, do you need me to show like proof or something like that? I'm like, no, I'm just gonna handle it. But I got woke up by a lot of notifications, like 8 a.m. in the morning. I usually have my alarm at 9. And I was like, what is this buzzing in my phone? Because my phone was next to me. So that's why I got up pretty early. And then I just gave screenshot, explained it. And then I started, oh, if there's any Patrick PW fans here, make sure you use my code, chat. Code SMART. That's the wave now. So, okay, this is good here. If we flip this 5-minute, I want to play for lower. I really do. But if not, I want to look for this breaker long here. And if we can get a 1-minute setup off of this, 1-minute confirmation long. I would also want something I would look for is also a target. I mean, this is a drive higher that we wicked it. by like a few points. Is Lanto still trading PM? Do you want to hop on Lanto? I think Lanto did. I remember Lanto just said he dropped like a 30-point play on ES today in the morning. We're about to tap in the break here. I want to look long somewhere down here. I think upside looks pretty good though. But I think what annoys me a little bit, the only thing that got from me is people started questioning the credibility like of my, like, let's say trading. They're like, oh, your APIX is probably Photoshop, your payouts are Photoshop fake, and it's like all these are verified by the firm. And then another thing is like, another annoying part is like people question the consistency because they're like, this guy doesn't press the button on live. I never seen him press a button. But how many people were here live yesterday? We were literally framing the setup perfectly. I think to a point where I want to make like a little clip out of it just because it works so well. Like we take an internal low, we get a 1 minute confirmation. This is bearish. We have bounce off 15-minute BPR, I think I remember. And then we enter. And then, you know, I guess you got signal bots, people's just like, he didn't show his execution live, so it didn't happen. Lanto said he's about to play some Fortnite. No more trades for Lanto. He probably got a trade to 493 though. But the funny thing is, I show my execution after the trade. I show the P&L after the, you know, the day. It was like, I think a lot of people are chiming in when they don't know anything about the streams, about my history. That's the only annoying part. Nothing about Patrick, about like, you know, talking shit. And then he did block me on Twitter. He put the premium chat on his YouTube when I was talking to him. And then I did ask him if he wants to put up 100K to trade, but he's like, oh, you trade ICT? That means you're retarded. We're not doing that. But yep. It's also a benefit too, because when I do like show execution at past, because that's what I did. I had like my charts open. I had TradingView connected. It did promote a lot of signal bot behavior where I could have a lot of wins, and then one day they're like, oh, this guy's winning so much, I'm just going to size in heavy on this one. And then it could be like one red day for me, but the whole month gone for another person, just because they don't know the trades. And what happens is, if you don't know why we're taking the trade, you're not going to be able to take the loss appropriately, because you're not trading, you're just copying. And that's why my trading style, my ICT trading style, is a little bit confusing to some, because there's so many ICT traders out there. But I think I trade more of a more simplistic, refined way, where I'm just looking for confirmation. I'm looking for time frame alignment, and I can take anything. I can take a breaker, unicorn, inversion, BPR. BPR is something I also utilize a lot. Just like I have an arsenal to choose from, just depending on what the market gives me. So yeah, we just swept this high and we're just going straight back down. This is a 150-point move off that 15-minute candle, and I wonder we just flipped this whole entire thing here. Something that would make me more bullish would be if that high was not taken, and then we have a draw now. We have confirmation. We look for a entry off of discount instead of premium here. But yeah, live calls are the only thing that matters. You do not spoon feed or show your entries. Yep. Basically, the real traders know. Yeah, this dude, what is this big gap up and now gap down? Like, I want to say we're bullish, but like, we also didn't even close the hourly. The hourly is going to be very bearish, and we just filled this whole thing, took this high out, and go for lower here. So I want more confirmation here. The only confirmation I would see is if this 5-minute flips for lower, and then we look for any low time frame to support our time frame alignment, which basically is we're bearish on the hourly. We're gonna be bearish on the 5. We're gonna drop down to the 1 and 30 second just to see any entry model or a 5-minute setup that confirms that trade. So for instance, let's say we do close under this. We could take this off this inversion here for lower, or we could look for what I like to do if you're like, if it's big volatility, it's just, this is like a back and forth here, and then you just look for a 1-minute confirmation. You don't enter on the rip, but you could enter, let's say right here, possibly off of a fair value gap, BPR inversion, and just put your, this is now is a 5-minute inversion trade model, but you're not entering off the first tap. You're waiting for the confirmation. And that's kind of what we did yesterday, if you guys remember. I could pull up yesterday too. Let me see here. Just for reference here. And I think this is what we've been doing more and more. So basically, it's a 15-minute BPR. We're pretty bearish here. We took the high. Bearish on all time frames. And then low time frame flips on the 1 minute. That's when we enter. We don't enter on the drive up. We don't enter off this soup here. We don't enter on this high because you don't know if it's going to keep on pumping. You wait for it to confirm first, and then you go for the jab in. But yeah, this short. So something I also go over. This short here was 2R for me. I didn't see the SMT until I came back. I think we should have closed that, set break even, or do whatever we need to do. Because it literally went from 91 all the way to 82. And I had a 4-point stop. So I basically gave a little bit back my buffer from Asia. Let's see what we could do here. If it's that the only ICT trader who shows trades is ICT, it is more important to be legit. Why not show more transparency? Well, I think now like the thing is like, no one's paying me to do this. This is free YouTube stream. So when you're kind of asking for more and more and more, especially like this is a free stream, like we're giving trade ideas, we're trying to teach, and then like, oh, that's not enough. I want to see exact trades. I want to see alerts. Now it comes off like demanding now. When I can guarantee you the people who follow the stream knows when I enter and exit. Like that one, like we took the loss there. It should have been a 2R type of trade type. I just missed it by a few inches here. But yeah, that's what we want to move away from. If you want alerts, we do have that premium in Discord where I do alert my Asia trades. And maybe we're going to add that for PM as well. Who knows? That's an extra mile type of thing when it's a free session. How many trades you take on average? I think we're averaging like, well, if you count Asia too, it could be 3 trades on average, I think. I think that's about right. So this is also what I'm looking at. If we're looking for lower prices, if not, this breaker should hold. It's just so difficult because, it looked really bearish, and then the one thing that stopped it from being bearish is this low taken. We kind of took the low resistance, and then we SMT'd right there. Actually, let me just also mark that. SMT'd right there, and then we just pumped up to the sky. So I'm just looking for the next trade here. I'll try to post on Discord too. We might even flip this 5-minute here. So when there's 2 conflicting bias, you want to lean on the one that is not counter trend. So I think the bearish makes sense here. So I'm trying to avoid longs right now and just also look for another short opportunity if it presents us. So far, we've just been grinding down. No reason to pop back up yet. I want to try to jab back in. What do you guys think? Do you guys like lower or higher right now? Short or longs? I'm leaning lower now. It's just leaning. It's like if I were to give a percentage, it's like 65 lower, 35 higher. I want to be, usually I want to be 80% to be convicted. Do you recommend the lab? Lab is consistent of, you know, Alex. I met Kane. Those two are killer traders for futures. I haven't seen their streams, but I know that they are legit. So that would prove something. You know, and they also trade ICT as well, which is in the field that I work in. But that's the thing too. Like you could join my Discord or Lantos or, you know, the lab, like someone reference. You can try for a month. If you don't like it, you know, there's other people you can learn from. We're about to flip this 5 here. Lower makes sense right now for me. Let me just look at chat. Okay, so higher, short, higher, short. It's like 50-50 right now. Guarantee though, if we do get a closure under 320, this is going to be a massive move for lower. Because we'll break this bullish breaker. We'll confirm on all time frames for the most part. And then we'll also confirm for this bearish breaker. And that would likely be the big play that I'll go for today. Shit, today's so interesting, man. Not the easiest for sure. Because how do we just pump up so hard and then now we're just very, very weak? The delivery is good, but I don't want to get chopped up. We still have an hour and 30 minutes, so we'll definitely look for more trades here. Pretty good, pretty good. The higher narrative right now would make sense if we do hold this area here. Where we're kind of in the OB nested with a fair value gap that filled all the way. No closure yet. So this is trying to hold. And I think if we're looking for shorts, we'll try to do an ES. If we're looking for longs, we'll try to do an NQ just based off of the strength today. But lots of wicks right now. I need a play from a trader. Let's see who's on here. Do you trade AM or strictly PM? What I'm doing is PM in Asia. That's just the roll call right now. So I haven't taken an AM trade in probably the last 2 weeks. Unless it's like, you know, like non-farm payroll or some shit like that. But like real trading wise, haven't taken an AM trade in the last 2 weeks. And I complain about it because I'm like, market opens up. Let me just see what happens here. Market opens up. It does like a little pump, right? Like this. This happened a little bit later. And it just dumps. It happened every single day like the last 2 weeks. You guys notice that? I tweeted that. I'm like, how do you even trade this? And they're like, just sell. Let's see this one. Like opens up, dumps. This one, surprisingly, the opposite. Opens up, dumps a little bit, and then pumps. Opens up, dump. It's just like, if I were to just play off a pattern, that would have been a cracked out type of trading session. Do you guys like longs here? This long could play out here. We actually went to premium discount. If we try to go back inside the breaker here. Shall we guys think? Longs look good. If we do come back, let's say like here, play our stop maybe at the low. That's already like 30 points. Yeah, I'm definitely doing micros if I take any trades. 15-minute breaker respected too. So that's like what I'm conflicted about. Seeing if we do flip this. Seeing if we do invert. This might be the move here. And a lot of the trading that we do, we also reference, you know, the people in the chat. Like it's like a trading community type of thing. I don't like being the only one leading. Where would you guys look for entries here? I tend to like entries where I could do a tight stop. So basically, that's what I like to do. My stop will dictate my entry. So let's say I want a long here. For a good stop, I might have to put it at this low. Or even this low. Like, that's just too large. So I don't know if we can get a good entry yet. Where the... Yeah, there it is. What was that? Oh, I was sending a message, but it looks like Michael ICT himself. He sent a telegram. I haven't really looked at it, but he does a lot of telegram. A lot. Who here watches that or looks at it? So we're starting to respect. We're respecting all the bullish PD rays right now because we haven't flipped this. We respect the 5-minute. No closure really. This is pretty clear cut, holding the bullish PD rays here. So it just depends where we're going along. I think this one I can't really do a model entry. It's going to be just probably scalping here, just letting it trail. Someone say SMT in the 15-minute. I don't. Oh, are you talking about upside? Yeah, I mean it's because ES is just that weak. That's where if we look for longs to be on Q. Yesterday price action was pretty easy. I think today it looks like a lot of range, but it's just moving so fast. This is still holding. Did you long? If you got this, congrats. This is kind of in that discount again because we went back to equilibrium. So anything under would be it. I didn't take this. I think if I did though, let's say I do it like under equilibrium, just like in the midpoint here. My stop is probably gonna be like this. I'll try to go for the next high at least. It's be a 2R type of thing. I didn't take this. I try to mark the arrows though for the idea purpose. I'm waiting for more of a model entry. But yesterday fed a lot of people. Some people took small size, some people took big size and held for it. You're not gonna get those days every time, especially when it's this kind of volatile, just back and forth. I don't know many people who's trading successfully 2 days price action. Do you guys know anyone? Any other streamers or other trading groups that did really well today that they shared for AM or something? Lanto, yeah, I mean, yeah, Lanto already told me. He's like, I had a big play today. I'm like, yep. So if you got this long here, you're looking pretty good. It's just basically a long back to discount inside of 1 minute fair value gap because we've been respecting. You would probably want to go for 447 if it can give it to you. But for me, I just see us respecting now, especially this 5. The 15-minute breaker is still respecting. I think I would preferably an entry off of something. Yeah, I mean, this is a breaker too. It's actually a tapping back inside the breaker that we referenced. So yeah, maybe we should have went for this one in hindsight. Because I did talk about it, but I didn't pull the trigger. Just because current price action is a little bit tricky. You can kind of see somewhat of like a 30-second here breaker because we have this low, we have this high with a quick displacement. And then a strong up displacement higher. So it's basically a retap back inside of a lower time frame breaker as well as a 15-minute before we rocket shit up. So if you took that long, it looks like you're about to hit the 2R here. Is Johnny pushing Co-Smart now? Yeah, basically we brought him on board for his community. And then we're also sponsoring some accounts for his community, doing lots of accounts, as well as we're going to do some for Desi's in mine and any other community who wants to join on board. Okay, I want to take this long here, this long retrace here, particularly, or at least even down here. Took the 2-minute version. What did that look like? Oh, okay. I mean, yeah. This also pairs with a 2-minute large fair value. Put your stop under this low. That would make sense to me. Yeah, that makes even more like that. We should have taken this play. Now that is that pump. So is it right analysis that we played for? Just if you order, press the button. Anyways, we still have a lot of time. We'll look for more setups here. Look how clean that is. Like even if I don't take a trade, it's always good to get screen time. Just, you know, trying to practice with a bias. 5-minute OB held. The only reason we'll be looking for lower if we do get a close to inverses 5 and then, you know, tap back in for lower. That didn't play out. It didn't pan out. What we did pan out was 5-minute with this OB here, going for higher inside this 15-minute breaker, and just basically back at discount. Look at that spike there. So, damn. That was kind of interesting, though. You know how that candle we were talking about, a whole move up 150 points higher? Really swept that by like a few points, and we're just trying to cycle back up. That has a kind of pinpoint accuracy how it played out there in hindsight. We are trying to draw for higher here. Okay, This is not bearish yet. Large wick here, but moving higher. There's nothing yet right now. It's very wicky today, and these wicks most likely will cover a stop. Which, I mean, like, let's say you just long here, right? You put like a 20-point stop at this low, just wicked it, and then it comes back up. Which just makes it more important to really wait for that entry model. Oh yeah, chat, we're also gonna do some giveaways today. We did 3 yesterday. If we get a banger today, we'll try to do at least the same. If not, we'll just do 2. March Madness, baby. We have a lot in store. So some relative lows right now. Yo, I need to turn this off. Perhaps it could be like a quick scalp or higher again. Why is it never rained before? Do I have to mute him? Do that? Yeah, that's also equal hello, by the way. Two-minute shows like clear liquidity for liquidity grab. Let me just see. I need to delete some of these arrows. These arrows are horrendous. So yeah, 2-minute, we flipped this inversion here on this candle closure while also retracing back inside for like higher. We didn't really close above this 2-minute. I mean, based off this, if we get a 2-minute flip, we're gonna try to take these lows out and might even propel lower, but like that doesn't align with the bias right now. 5-minute fair value gap here. If we're bullish, we'll probably look for long somewhere in here. And that's at 430 to 415. Kind of back in this previous structure here. You don't trade ICT, but you enjoy your stream still. That's the thing. I mean, typically we do have the correct bias, unless it gets tricky. Then, like, you know, it's fair game. But we usually do have the right bias, and playing the right action. And what happens is you can have whatever analysis you want and still be making money from it. Which is great. Chat, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about price action right now? I need a second opinion. Because I don't really... I think we want to try to go for potentially longs. Because it's still holding. So I can't counter trend that. What makes me go short would probably be, yeah, if we do inversus 5. ICC said he's waiting for 2 p.m. That's probably the better choice here with 10 minutes soon. I want to play for these shorts to these lows though. Just for a scalp, and then like it also coincides with what I would want for longs for higher. So perhaps it'll be a scalp short, flip long if we get confirmation type of thing. if there's a low time frame trade here. I don't really see anything yet. What makes you short here? It's just because I would like this unmitigated gap to be filled, and we do have equal lows. So it'd be like a scalp type of thing. Let's see if we can slam it. That's just the idea right now. I think it tries plays out here. No candle closure under this. Let's see the 30 here. I mean, 30 looks good because we do have that flip already. Once again, this will be that chain state here. And we already got a strong closure. This looks good. I mean, you're kind of risking like 3-4 points to get a drive down to 07s here. As well as NQ. You gotta be careful that NQ could SMT again like we did prior. And then we're also trying to look for a visit on this 15. Let's see if we can tag this. They're just teasing these lows right now. But we'll try to look for longs. I wish there was a cleaner BPR somewhere here, because we have like that 5-minute inversion. Or not a 5-minute fair value gap, 5-minute fair value gap. No inversion in sight, which would pair up with a BPR here. That's what I'm a little bit trying to look for. And I'll take this out. Closure under this low on 15-minute. Very bearish. We're teasing the lows. We can't even get longs here. These longs would be down here. Is that another high on ES here? Could be a 3 drive moving here. Still looking for higher, looks like. Next buy side on ES would be that high that NQ already took here. Or even higher. Yeah, that's why we're still trying to look for longs ideally. Haven't got a clear entry model after this here. This was probably the clearest one you could go for. Since then, there's nothing clear yet. So I'm marked as a 3 drive unless we get a candle closure again over, because what I want to look for in 3 drives are typically a wick higher, close lower, wick higher, close lower. If we do continue grinding up, this won't be a 3 drive. We didn't take high out either yet. We'll probably one more drive if anything. We're really close to a New York high as well, by the way. This is the 935 high at 24s. So 5 more minutes until 2 p.m. We want to wait for the 2 p.m. candle here, and perhaps we'll get something. I'm gonna type in the Discord that we're hunting for longs and we're bullish unless we do get a flip under the 15-minute, which so far we haven't seen. So that's good. This is pumping. And that's the high on it. New York here. New York AM high. Which I want to see taken for longs as a draw. We just took there. What's your thoughts on AM price action? I didn't really watch AM today, personally. But I'll give my opinion on it. Just barely passing for a high right now. Come on, man. Give us a setup somewhere. We're approaching 2 p.m., so we're getting close to time macro here. Potentially get something. I'm a little kicking myself a little bit for not going for that long down here. Because we would have trailed our way up already. Some longs are very clear. I think that's one of them that I think would be like pretty easy to spot. Just lots of things happening. What do you guys think now? Do you guys still like higher here? Or you think it's going to be more range bound here? Or even lower? Type in chat there. Trying for next buy side right now. This is pumping so hard. We haven't really disrespected any 1 minute bearish speed raise yet. Only been respecting the bullish one, so that just makes it even more powerful right now. This will be the first 1 minute fair value gap that it could flip over, especially taking New York high. Just based off of how we've been moving today, if we get closure here, this could be a play in itself. Try to look for stop at the above high and taking these lows out, because we didn't really go for these lows. And I kind of want to anticipate range bound delivery right now. So one more drive back down first. Try to play both sides if possible. But it'll be very, very counter trend. That's why we tight stop. If we do get something. Now that we got a decisive move over this high too on NQ, this is not like a a clean quick sweep anymore. This is actually a closure over. So we're trying to draw it higher. Ideally, we try to retrace back in and then move higher. That's gonna be my focus right now. Try to see if I can get an ES long. Or it'll be NQ because we're looking for higher NQ. This definitely flipped back up though. Look how New York opened up. We slammed lower, and then we're just complete V reversal, honestly. But if there's a trade that I'll take on ES, it'll be minis. If it's less than like 5-point stop, 4 points. If it's micros, or if it's larger than that, let's say 25 points on NQ or +5 on ES, it'll be micros. That's gonna be how I'm gonna frame it today. Is IT looking for sales? Is that what you said? But I want this to play out. I want us to leave this high, ideally. Run the relative lows first, and then flip. That'll be beautiful if we can play that. No, it's just sorry. It was about to take it. Look at that. I just took it. Freaking gosh. Yeah. Everything that I'm trying to play for is not giving us the entry mode I want. Just makes things a lot more difficult here. This is just the price action, man. The next draw, we were like eyeing very carefully, and then boom. Pumpy candle, where NQ also pumped very hard too. That's just how it be, I guess. We'll go for the drive here. So next drive, I think is Asia highs. All right, is that correct? We're going for it. Asia London highs on NQ here. And that's just a strong rebound. Let's say on Nvidia, all these techs too. Everything is like rebound pretty aggressively after making a big low at the New York Open. So you see a giant push now. I'm just hands off right now. ICT call for buy side, not sell side. Don't cap. Yeah, I have no idea. Whoever said, I think someone said ICT were looking for shorts, but that's why I don't look at his analysis because it might conflict with my. I just want to look at things real time. So 4-hour closure. Look at the 4-hour. We have this large gap here that was not really fully filled in yet, as well as ES with this new open here. We opened up and we're trying to fill this whole gap here. So whether we fill it for lower or try to close higher and really go for the next few gaps. Very good hourly. So this is pretty much dead on bullish now. This is so bullish right now. What's chat thinking? London highs 568 and then Asia high 592. Chat, can we get something? We're getting so close to Asia high that we're just about to propel this high here, or London high here. And next will be Asia high. We're squeezing still. Do you think Asia will be good tonight? I think so, honestly. Just based off this price action. I feel like Asia's going to be pretty solid tonight. That's that London high taken there. I think we're just gonna go for Asia highs. Look at this run. Holy crap. This has not slowed down yet. It's actually just picking higher. So 593 is what we're looking at right now. And posted is highs. That makes sense to me. I think before I would probably look to FOMO this, but I'm just literally waiting to see if there's any good opportunities right now. So far I haven't seen anything. Just looking at 592s right now. Any long any long opportunities here? Let's take a look. Perhaps we'll find something. Yeah, there's that flip here. Don't tell me we leave Asian high. That'll just make things just so ugly, man. What is this right now? Perhaps look for longs in this retrace here. If it does flip back up. What is this price action? No way we just leave that, right? I'm looking at longs in this 5 minute here. I'm probably gonna just drop down low time frame for confirmation. Take this low out and then we'll see if we flip it. We're back in this one here. Something I'm thinking about is something like this. This price action is so annoying because I do like going for the draw, but it's not giving us any entry. So if we can clear these lows and then show like low time for confirmation for higher, that's what I want to play for. But if we inverse this, I might just try to long. I don't think we would though. I want to see us grab these lows first. What an annoying price action today. I didn't know it was going to be this annoying when I went into this PM session. Alright, see if we want to inverse this or not. I don't like how we left these lows. If we swept this, this will be a clear inversion for this buy side up. Alright, so let's look at these lows here. Looking for a drive under 532s, perhaps. And we'll see what happens afterwards. Come on, come on. I'm gonna look for this inversion for the entry if we don't get an entry down here. But especially after taking this lows out. Any 15-minute made here yet? Next 15-minute candle coming up here. Why is price action so annoying today? I don't understand. So we did take a drive in this 5-minute here. I just want to see these lows taken first. We get the 15-minute closure. We're still looking at this as our main buy side, which I'll mark out closer here. There we have it. See if we can get something going here. Still didn't take a drive yet. Just looks so ugly. I feel like it could just pump any second because we're just holding this. Watch for this inverse. I don't know how we play this, but I'm trying to see what we could do here. I don't even like this reward, so that's why I like lower first. Makes this even better. Shit. What are we doing, chat? I'm just looking at different charts off screen. I haven't pressed anything yet. I'm looking at Discord and OBS as well. Can we get something here? Let's see, Discord. Take a 5-minute break. Don't press anything until it's 8+. Yeah, that's the plan right now. I feel like I'm getting too impatient now because I'm missing a lot of setup, so it makes me want to FOMO, which I don't want to do. So this makes sense to me. We swap these lows and then try to flip back up. We go for these highs. I don't think I want to play for this inversion. But I don't know. I might wrap this up earlier if we don't get a good setup because I'm just staring at nothing right now, which is not good price action to play. Let me see the chat. Don't chase, yeah. I'm trying to stick to the plan. The plan is this right now. Hey, look at this chop here. Yeah, let's just do the giveaway right now, and then if we want to wrap it early, we'll just do that. Like, stream, and comment username one time. I'm just starting to get a little bit FOMO, I feel like. Oh, and now we're getting closure here. This is getting way too close for anyways. So we did get this inversion. I think we just go for these highs now, but the risk reward is horrendous here. If we take this high out and just chop, I think I'm gonna wrap the session up a little bit early today. Where do I get a spike here, chat? Let me look at the giveaway. Let me look at chat here. Yep. And that's a spike there. Didn't touch anything. I'm gonna pay, let's see. How many did I give you guys? 3 minutes? I've just been stuck at watching this. Let's see if we can impulse through here. That's what it's doing. It's just boring because I'm getting a little frustrated with price action right now. And now we get a pump. So like now this 1 minute inversion here would have been the play, and we didn't get that. Four hours just filling right now. You took the trade, nice. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to get a good extra trade model for you guys because we're just so bullish and just didn't get anything. But now I can see this flip lower now because we've just been holding pretty much here, consolidating. Potentially we play. We just have a lot of liquidity, so I think the first chance we get in the 5, maybe this 5 minute flip, we can try to play for lower. Let's just see. All right, I'm gonna pick the giveaway winner today. I'm also getting sleepy too. I want to prepare for Asia because Asia might be good. So if you're there, we're gonna trade there too. Giveaway winner today is her Pluto. Congrats to her, Pluto. If I'll give you a few minutes to respond, her Pluto, and then wrap up. If the data is delayed on TBT, you have to talk to support to get it back in. Okay, I'm just gonna end the stream a little bit, like about 30 minutes early. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you are trading Asia, I'll see you guys tonight. And have a good one, guys. I don't want to really touch this right now.